What's up guys, and welcome back. I'm F and Hate It, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you the top VR shooters that you need to be playing right now. I did want to mention that these are all online multiplayer games. These are not the story-driven games or anything like that. This is all high-octane action that you're doing up against other people. Very competitive games. Some of these are free, so even if you've been playing VR for quite a while or you're brand new to VR, these games are going to challenge you and keep that competitive edge going for a while. Before I go any further, I am giving away some of these games for free, so if you see a QR code like this, just scan it. There's going to be a code on there. These codes will be redeemed for standalone quests only. Now, let's jump in. God, I hate seeing a microphone, man. How do I hide this? This one is an oldie but goodie. It is Contractors VR. From the menu, you can see that they have single player modes with mission, survival, zombie, and free roam. And then in multiplayer mode, you can see they have a bunch of different lobbies, up to 12 pages so far, and many different maps and modes. Not only do you have team deathmatch, you have so many different modes on there, but the mods bring you actual Call of Duty maps into the game. So you're physically immersed in your favorite Call of Duty maps from the past time. And if you don't like the traditional Call of Duty team deathmatch stuff, they've branched off into TF2 and even Halo. And if you're not hot and heavy into team deathmatch and anything like that, you can still play the Call of Duty Zombies, which they have many different maps for as well. This one brings that realistic reload, so you are going to need to pull your mag, throw another one in there, and rack it back if you're completely empty. Again, if you're not empty, you can just throw a mag in there without having to rack it back. Again, this one is Contractors VR. This one is crossplay from standalone and PC. Now let's move over to the next one. Welcome to Pavlov on PC. This one is crossplay with PlayStation VR 2. However, this is not crossplay with the standalone version, which is Pavlov Shack. You can see this one has a bunch of game modes, and the game is very much alive. Look at all these servers. Pavlov does rival Contractors, though you cannot jump or slide in this one. The gameplay is much more boots on the ground oriented. When you start out, you do have to purchase your weapons. It doesn't matter what mode you are on. And it also has the realistic reload where you're going to have to rip a mag out, stuff another one in, and rack it back if you are completely empty. Now with Pavlov PC, you do have some really good mods. The Call of Duty Zombies was a lot of fun. It even had Minecraft maps as well. But I do wish that they did crossplay with the standalone version, at least with all the core maps in the game modes, maybe not so much the mods. Speaking of the standalone version, Pavlov Shack, this one also just got an update not too long ago. They just dropped a new map called Autumn. They added a new cosmetic system and added a new Golden Deagle model. Pavlov Shack does have a large player base. Looking at all of these lobbies right here showcases just how massive this player base really is. So I jumped into the Autumn map. Here's what it looks like. It seems like the core maps that the developers build always have great graphics, but when it comes to the modded maps, some of those are just a little disgusting. So let's move on to Veil. I wanted to mention this one because this game both looks amazing and plays amazing, but mostly why I wanted to mention this so early is because of its training. When you're inside of your own lobby right here, you can go up to the little guns bench area and start off some training simulator. This is the exact reason why I like Veil so much. Now, this might not help you with every single game because all games' recoils are different. The recoil system, everything is different, but this will help you get your first initial shot on point. Now, Veil is one of those that I used to play the holy hell out of for quite a while. They had a bunch of maps going on, and then they started focusing more so on smaller lobbies like 1v1s, which I'm not so really open for. I don't really like 1v1s, only because it's just, you know, one sweat versus another sweat. I like the team play action, you know? So they do have some capture. They even have other game modes that they recently added as well, but the main thing that I really like here is the artifact mode, and this is what they had their tournament on, actually. The artifact mode is pretty much like search and destroy, only done in the Veil way. This game launched on PC VR first, then they upgraded to the Unreal Engine 5, and then made it over into the Quest version. And yes, they are crossplay with each other. Next one up is Breachers, which also got a new update, which was a new map as well. This game has been branded as the Rainbow Six Siege of VR by its community, which in all actuality it pretty much is. You just don't have all of the specialists. You don't have the operators. You get to choose your own loadout, go in there, and it's pretty much search and destroy from there. You gotta go in and plant the EMP, or you gotta defend to make sure the EMP doesn't get planted. If it does, you gotta disarm it. They did come out with ranked mode and launched a pre-season, and also it looks like the season 1's going to be taking place in summer. There is a lot going on in Breachers, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. And my current grind, which is Contractor Showdown. This is a 60-person battle royale if you're playing trios, 45-person for solos, and for beginners there is a 20-person solos just for anybody who's under level 15. This is to help them get on their feet. This game's constantly been getting updated. They did tease a little about some vehicles, no clue when that's going to be coming in, but they also just released a special 2-week event. We only have 1 week left to finish that, and just like Contractors, you do have realistic reloading. You're going to have to pull a mag, slap one in there, rack it if you're empty, and you're ready to roll. This has been stamped as the Warzone of VR by its community. Honestly, after playing it, I do see it. I do see a little bit resemblance of PUBG as well. Nonetheless, this is the perfect battle royale for VR. Speaking of battle royales, let's talk about Population 1. This one does not have the 60-player lobbies. It is smaller lobbies. I believe it's still up to 21, but they did have an update with a brand new map. This is called Phoenix Royale. You will be able to redeploy. And from what I've seen, when you're looting these crates, this does look very Apex-like, does it not? So this is trios only. You're going in there and you're trying to be the last squad standing. This one seems a little more arcadey when it comes to the gunplay and the reloading. However, it is a very solid game, and this one is free for you, which is pretty awesome. Next one has a battle royale. However, it's not only a battle royale. This game is massive. It has so many different game modes. This one is Gun Raiders. Gun Raiders is a low poly arena shooter game. However, they have kind of passed the arena shooter thing, so I don't even know if they're branded as arena shooter anymore. You have massive hubs where you can just chill and kill until your battery dies. There is no counter. There is nothing. There's nothing that's going to end the game. There's a lot of things you can do inside the hubs. They do have actual maps though. If you choose to do so, go into them. They got some team deathmatch, some capture the flag. They have a battle royale with many different maps. And these too are 20-person lobbies. You can go in there as duos or solos. What I do like about Gun Raiders, you have access to all of the guns except for playing in Battle Royale mode. You get this weapon wheel, you just choose whatever you want to use. You have a primary and a secondary. And the biggest thing about this game is the movement. You can climb any wall, you can fling yourself off of the wall, you have a jetpack, you have a boost, you have a slide and glide. This is everything all in one. The only thing that seems to turn people away from it would be the low poly graphics, but again, you are playing on a standalone headset. Now this game is only offered on standalone, it is not on PC VR. While we're going on about free shooters, here's another one, Hyper Dash. This one has a lot of game modes as well, but what makes this one unique is the fact that its locomotion is completely different. So you can walk around, you can run at costly stamina, or dash, which you only have 3, but all of them are on a cool-off period. So you gotta use them wisely. Now you have pistols, and you can pick up other different types of pistols. You can have automatics, you can have a missile, you can have overcharge, but none of them are assault rifles or anything like that where you two-hand pivot. These are all pistols. And you might be able to tell what developers did this because look at these graphics, they are amazing. This is done by Triangle Factory, which did Breachers. This game is still getting constant updates, and it is crossplay between PC VR and standalone. The next free game is X8. This is the Valorant of VR. You have 8 different specialists, and just like in Valorant, you gotta go plant the spike, which is called the Siphon, or you gotta defend them from doing that. This is a 5v5 game. They also have a smaller version of it, which is a 3v3 game with a couple bots in case you want to learn how to play the game. Now what makes this game unique is how you cast your abilities. Each character has 3 different abilities and a hero item. When it comes to the gunplay, you do have the realistic reload where you gotta pull the mag out, put another one in, and rack it if you're empty. But you do not have any sights, so you don't have any scopes, red dots, or anything like that. You are using the crosshair on the screen. Kind of like how Population 1 is whenever you're hip firing, you still have that cursor on the screen. So if you are looking for a hero shooter, definitely check out X8. And of course, we cannot leave Ghost of Tabor out because this one is Tarkov in VR. They are still pushing updates to this game, and their guns are hyper realistic. You even have to screw the suppressor on. This game is an extraction shooter, and honestly, I would be playing more often, but I suck whenever it comes to survival. I always end up forgetting to feed and water my character, so I end up dying due to starvation or from dehydration. Something dumb like that. But this game is a lot of fun, and you do get that rush whenever you kill some people and you are looting and you're trying to extract. You're just hoping nobody's coming around that corner trying to end it for you, right? And let us not forget, this was the one that won Game of the Year in 2023. Now, I did want to mention a game that's on its way out. It's possible it might be like late July or something like that. There's no date officially set yet for the game. This is Zero Caliber 2. From my understanding, this is going to be released on standalone first and possibly be rolling over to PC, but this is a very small developer team that's working on this. This game is a military shooter. It's going to come with multiple game modes, including a single player and a co-op campaign, some PvP, zombies, and airstrikes. Now, if it's anything like it was with Zero Caliber and Zero Caliber Reloaded, then this is going to be a banger for sure. I didn't see a lot of news or anybody really talking about this game, so I wanted to put this in here because this game honestly needs some eyes on it. This game looks promising. Well, that's it. That's a wrap. Hopefully you guys found some new titles to play. Let me know what you guys are grinding down in the comments, and also I will see you guys next time. Peace out till then.
Poor guy. And another. They just keep landing on me, man.